Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down a genuinely fascinating project called BitTensor, along with its native token, Tau. We're going to look at exactly how it attempts to mash up the cutting-edge world of machine learning with the decentralized Wild West architecture of cryptocurrency. So let's jump right in. The source material kicks things off with a massive, and I mean massive, question. What actually happens when artificial intelligence meets crypto and, more importantly, actually makes money? BitTensor sets up this wild premise of turning AI development into a global, decentralized competition where literally anyone has a chance to participate and win. Here is our roadmap for today. 1. What is BitTensor? 2. How the network operates. 3. The economics of Tau. 4. How the protocol makes money. And 5. The future and the risks. Let's get to it. Section 1. What is BitTensor? The decentralized AI. Think about traditional AI right now. It is highly centralized. You've got these massive gatekeepers like Google or OpenAI owning the models and controlling all the access. And honestly, that's a huge single point of failure. If their servers go down, you're locked out. BitTensor's vision is the exact opposite. They want to build decentralized AI. We're talking about intelligence spread across thousands of independent computers all over the world. The big takeaway here, it's a distributed global brain with absolutely no single corporate overlord. That makes it censorship-resistant and way more resilient. To really wrap your head around this, the source uses some incredible everyday analogies. First, think of it as Netflix for AI models. Instead of one company holding all the intelligence on their private servers, it's a massive shared global library. Second, it's like Wikipedia for AI creation, relying on crowdsourced collective knowledge instead of a closed-door corporate lab. And third, it's the Uber for AI compute. Anyone, anywhere, can just plug in, contribute their raw computing power to train these models, and get rewarded for it. Okay, so how is this giant global brain actually organized? Well, it's divided into what are called subnets. Picture a prestigious, massive AI university, and these subnets are the specialized departments. Each department is hyper-focused on one specific task. So you'll have one subnet competing to be the absolute best at generating text, another one entirely dedicated to image recognition, and maybe another one just for debugging code. They all compete, but they also collaborate, which makes the whole system smarter over time. Section 2. How the network operates. Miners and validators. The whole engine of BitTorrent runs on two crucial players, miners and validators. Think of the miners as the workers. They're doing the heavy lifting, crunching the data, and actually running the AI models. Now, to be a miner, you definitely need some serious technical chops and heavy-duty hardware. Then, on the flip side, we have the validators. These are the judges. They aren't doing the raw computing. Their job is to evaluate the miner's work and figure out who is performing the best. To be a validator, you need upfront capital to stake the network's tokens. Both roles are absolutely vital, and both get rewarded for playing by the rules and doing a good job. It all boils down to this one simple, brutal rule. Good AI gets paid, and bad AI gets ignored. The source points out that this basically takes pure, ruthless market economics and applies it directly to artificial intelligence. You're naturally incentivizing the absolute best performance without needing some central boss telling everyone what to do. Section 3. The economics of Tau. Fueling the machine. Now, 21 million. If you've been around crypto for even a minute, that number is definitely ringing some bells. Exactly like Bitcoin, the Tau token has a hard-capped maximum supply of 21 million tokens. It's not a coincidence. It's a very deliberate design choice to bake scarcity right into the system from day one. And the market? Yeah, it's definitely paying attention. At the time our source material was recorded, Tau was trading around $380 to $400. To put that into perspective, that gave the network an approximate market cap of $3.4 billion. That easily placed it right up there in the top 40 cryptocurrencies globally. So you might be wondering, how do these tokens actually get into circulation? Well, the network spits out roughly 7,200 new Tau tokens every single day to reward those miners and validators we just talked about. But, and here's that Bitcoin philosophy again, that issuance amount gets slashed in half every 4 years. It guarantees security right now, but cranks up the scarcity as time goes on. The real beauty of Tau, as the source heavily emphasizes, is that it's not just some speculative meme coin. It actually does stuff. First, validators literally have to stake Tau to earn the right to evaluate the network's work.
Second, if you want to jump in as a miner or have a say in governance, you're paying network participation costs in Tau. And third, as this giant brain grows and more people want to use its AI, the basic demand to use the network should theoretically drive up demand for the token. The major takeaway? The token's value is directly tethered to how much people actually use this AI network.
Section 4. How the protocol makes money, the business model.
A token is only as good as the business behind it, right? The source highlights 3 main ways this protocol actually generates value. First up, transaction fees. Anytime you interact with the network, you pay a tiny fee in TAO. It's kind of like gas fees on Ethereum, but for AI computing. More volume equals more revenue. Second is token inflation. The protocol essentially pays for its own security guards by creating and handing out those new tokens. And lastly, enterprise services. Down the road, the network could pull in serious cash by charging premium rates to massive companies that need guaranteed top-tier AI processing power. Now, I want to highlight something that is incredibly rare in the crypto space today. The source makes a huge point of this. There were no insider pre-mines, no secret team allocations, no initial coin offering, nothing. Every single TAO token out there was earned the hard way, through mining or validation. It is a huge testament to their absolute commitment to being a fair, truly decentralized project.
Finally, Section 5, the future and the risks. What lies ahead?
BitTensor was started back in 2021 by Jacob Robert Steves and Alla Shabana, guys with serious academic pedigrees in machine learning. And honestly, they actually ship code on time. By 2024, the mainnet launched and the subnets came fully online. Looking to the future, 2025 is a big one. That's when they plan to roll out dynamic Tau token economics to make the network adapt better to real-time usage. Beyond that, 2026 and later, they're looking at cross-chain functionality. Imagine plugging this ecosystem into Ethereum and Solana. That would just explode their potential user base. And they are definitely not building this alone in a basement. The credibility here is backed by some major heavy-hitting institutions. We're talking about top-tier venture capital like Polychain Capital, Digital Currency Group, and DAO5. Plus, they've got active partnerships with massive AI research labs and cloud providers. It's not just internet hype. The smart money is paying very close attention. But let's take a step back, because we have to talk about the risks. This source material is totally upfront about this. First off, this is highly technical, incredibly experimental technology. When you're dealing with AI consensus mechanisms this complex, there are absolutely going to be weird edge cases and bugs. Also, the barrier to entry right now, it's a cliff. There isn't some slick, easy-to-use consumer app for beginners yet. And, financially speaking, with a multi-billion-dollar market cap already, a lot of the project's future success is frankly already priced in. Bottom line, early adoption gives you the rewards, but you are absolutely taking on the early adoption risks. Which leaves us with this final, really provocative thought to chew on. Is a crowdsourced, decentralized, global brain really the inevitable, groundbreaking future of artificial intelligence? Or, despite the brilliant tech and all that venture capital money, are we just getting way ahead of ourselves in another high-risk crypto experiment? It's a wild question, and this intersection of AI and crypto is definitely something we're going to be watching super closely. Thank you for hanging out with me for this explainer. I really hope it helped clear up the mechanics and the grand vision behind BitTensor. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.